Hello and a very warm welcome to this special. We're building up to the game coming up tonight between Sunrisers Hyderabad and Gujarat Titans, and the news from the D.Y. Patil Stadium is that Sunrisers Hyderabad have opted to bowl first after winning the toss. That's right. Advantage Sunrisers Hyderabad straight away. Kane Williamson at the toss saying that Dew is going to play a role at the D.Y. Patil Stadium. So chasing is a better option. Same 11 for Sunrisers Hyderabad, which means that Marco Jansen gets another game. But for Gujarat Titans, also it is the same playing 11. And why not? How good have Gujarat Titans been so far? They won all their games. Sunrisers Hyderabad would be happy after winning the last game and getting some points on the board. But Sunrisers Hyderabad, like I said, goes into the match with the same team from the last game, and so does Gujarat Titans. So good for our producers. Likely 11 is pretty much the team that we said that is playing today. So Sunrisers Hyderabad won the toss and opted to bowl first. No surprises there, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And why change the winning combination? I mean, both Sunrisers and GT are coming into the match with wins. GT with 3 wins. So a good decision to go with all the players, all the same players in the 11. And Sunrisers Hyderabad just following the trend of winning the toss and opting to field first. Nothing surprising there.
Nothing surprising there. And also Hardik Pandya at the toss saying that they would have liked to bowl as well because of the dew. And they are playing for the first time over here. So that's another thing, because Sunrisers Hyderabad actually won their last game against Chennai Super Kings at the same stadium. The pitch is slightly different with some grass on it. The pitch reports at that. And that there will be a good amount of bounce, but it'll also help the spinners. Now, Tewatia, he talks about, is right up there right now, is somebody who's following the plans, as Hardik Pandya said. And he says that he's very happy for him and for the team as well. Just saying the right words, Hardik Pandya, doing the right thing, you know, being the perfect captain that Gujarat Titans want him to be and that his fans want him to be. Nothing right now that Hardik Pandya is doing can go wrong. But can it go right for Sunrisers Hyderabad? They would want to register another win in the tournament. Remember, 10 teams in this tournament, the top 4. There's going to be a big fight for those top 4 places. All these teams need to get early points, the early advantage. But that is the playing 11 for Gujarat. No changes there, like we said, and you know, since it is a winning team, why change something that is working for you? Sai Sudarshan was changed in the last game. He came in the last game and did get off to a brisk start. Matthew Wade will be under pressure to get some runs, but how good has Shubman Gill been so far? 96, 4 short of 100, well-deserved 100. But can he finally get 100 in the tournament? And the way he's looking, you know, it's only a matter of time, because he's just looking wonderful right now.
Absolutely. A perfect captain for Gujarat Titans. And you know, there were so many questions whether he would be able to live up to the role of captaincy. He has never captained before. Whether he can guide the likes of Rashid Khan, Lockie Ferguson, some of the big names in that Gujarat Titans teams. And there were question mark on Ashish Nehra as the coach as well. So, you know, they all are defying all the odds and have so far played the perfect tournament so far. 3 wins, 3 out of 3 wins. And of course, they head as the favourites to win the match. Although Sunrisers have the starting advantage of you know, fielding first in dewy conditions.
That's right. But look at that. I mean, this is one team, Gujarat Titans, obviously with Ashish Nehra there. They wanted a good bowling attack, and that's what they've done. They've said that, you know what, it's your bowling that will win you matches, and that's what's happened with them. Yes, there have been close matches which have been won by Rahul Tewatia, the batsman, but the bowling, it is a bowling that opposition will be always scared of. And just to even see someone like Mohammad Shami in the kind of rhythm that he's in, with Lockie Ferguson bowling from the other end, Rashid Khan coming in, Rahul Tewatia bowling some, Hardik Pandya, the bowler coming into his own, showing, the Hardik Pandya of the old. This is the Hardik Pandya that was so important to the Indian side. He's showing, look, I can do this. So wonderful signs ahead for Gujarat Titans. Batting is a slight concern, not in the sense that overall their batting is bad, but there are these little areas where you wonder, whether those particular batsmen can do well consistently.
Absolutely, but that job will lie on completely on Shubman Gill to guide the entire batting unit. The way he has batted in the last couple of matches, absolutely sensational. But yes, Matthew Wade, as you said, will be under pressure. He needs to perform. He needs to start performing, because Gujarat Titans have two very good wicket keepers in their bench. One is Rahmanullah Gurbaz, the hard-hitting batter from Afghanistan. One is Riddhiman Saha, a domestic player, and they can then bring in an overseas player in the middle order or even in the bowling attack. So yes, Matthew Wade, these guys need to perform, and if they can collectively start getting some runs as a batting unit, then this team will be the one to beat in the tournament. And yes, so far they have been the one to beat in this tournament.
Okay, so Gujarat Titans versus Sunrisers Hyderabad. The match will be played at the D.Y. Patil Stadium, and the news is that Sunrisers Hyderabad have won the toss. They have opted to field first, just going with the trend that we've seen so far in the tournament. Dew playing a big role, though if you look at the 6 matches to have been played here in this season of the IPL, 3 have been won by teams chasing and 3 by teams batting first. So Dew, though, will play a role. How big a role would that be? And also, as a team batting first, you do need to get off to a big start if you want to negate that Dew factor. So let's also take a look at now the X factor players really for the two teams, and we've got to begin with Sunrisers Hyderabad. How good has Rahul Tripathi been since 2020? He's scored 710 runs at a strike rate of 138. I wonder, though, if he should open the batting for them. Just with the kind of strike rate that he has, even in the last game, the way he played, you felt like he was more apt for that position with Abhishek Sharma than Kane Williamson.
Oh, absolutely. And that average of 29 and strike rate of 130 plus, that has come in different positions. He hasn't been given a fixed position, be it for Rising Pune Super Giants, Kolkata Knight Riders, or now for Sunrisers Hyderabad. His best position is in the opening slot. He can easily give you good quick runs in the power plays. You saw that knock of 39 not out of 15 deliveries, and you saw what Rahul Tripathi can do. He is a very underrated cricketer, underutilized cricketer for me as well. So if Kane Williamson is not feeling the best with his right elbow and all, then I think he should definitely send in Rahul Tripathi with Abhishek.
Okay, now our comment section's open on Facebook as well as on YouTube. So if you have any comments to write to us, any questions, suggestions, team that you're supporting today, the players you think are going to do well, who's going to be the big match changer in this game, let us know in the comment section. We'll read some of them. Okay, then let's talk about the X Factor player from Gujarat Titans. It has to be Shubman Gill, and this one was slightly difficult because I think Hardik Pandya is also someone who you can expect to change the course of the game. But Shubman Gill, when he gets going like that, just the kind of cushion you provide if you start off with those kind of scores. And in both the games, it was wonderful to just watch him. That batting is pure gold, and I just somehow feel like, every time I watch Shubman Gill, I feel like, okay, this is a batsman who can, who's got the class, but also he's got such a bright future ahead because of the kind of skills he has with his bat.
Absolutely, and I think we saw Virat Kohli dominate world cricket at number 3, number 4, and you will see Shubman Gill do the same, or maybe even surpass him, who knows, in the next decade or so. And he's as you said, pure gold. And Kolkata Knight Riders, I think would be thinking, oh my God, we should have retained this classy boy. And that strike rate of 166.66, that's a huge improvement for what he was doing in the last couple of seasons for KKR. 120, 125 strike rate. So that's a major boost, and he has a point to prove that I am not a limited batter. I'm just not a test specialist or a ODI specialist. I can play my shots in T20 cricket as well.
Okay, so for all of you who are just joining us, this is the news from the D.Y. Patil Stadium that Sunrisers Hyderabad, they have won the toss. They've opted to field first, and no changes to the two teams. They are going in with the same team, same playing 11, be it Gujarat Titans or Sunrisers Hyderabad, and why not? They both won their last games that they played, so don't want to mess with that winning combination. But if we can just put up the playing 11, because there are some questions around the playing 11 and who all are playing in today's game. So if we can just put the playing 11 for okay, so we'll start with Gujarat Titans. There you take a look at that. Shubman Gill, Matthew Wade, like we said, slightly under pressure right now, will want to score some runs tonight. Then there is Sai Sudarshan, again impressive in the first game. Can he carry on from there? Abhinav Manohar has got the skills, got the class, but can he score big runs? David Miller, the big hitter David Miller. Then there is Rahul Tewatia, of course, the man who was instrumental in winning the last two games for Gujarat Titans. Then there is Rashid Khan, Darshan Nalkande, Lockie Ferguson, Mohammad Shami. That's the playing 11 for Gujarat. Now let's take a look at Sunrisers Hyderabad's playing 11 before we go any further.
Absolutely, and this squad, decent squad, not in par with the Gujarat Titans, but yes, some talented players there. We saw what Abhishek Sharma did in the last game against Chennai Super Kings. There's Kane Williamson, the captain. Rahul Tripathi has been playing at number 3. Then you have the big hitters in Nicholas Pooran and Washington Sundar. Aidan Markram is the glue of that batting unit in the lower middle order. Then Shashank Singh, a hard hitter batter, there as well. And then the bowling attack. The best part of this Sunrisers team is the bowling attack. They have got some quality pacers there, be it Umran Malik, T. Natarajan, Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Marco Jansen. Although Umran Malik has been expensive so far, but the pitch report is saying that there's an extra bit of grass, so maybe he might enjoy bowling in this track. But yes, a good side, and I am expecting a good match between these two teams.
Absolutely. Okay, now also let's take a look at the X Factor player from Gujarat Titans, and it has to be Shubman Gill. We've already spoken about him, but if you just take a look at how well he's batted already in this tournament, got a score of 80 in 84 in one of the games, and then 96 in the last game that he played. Strike rate of 166. I mean, all those questions around his strike rate. He's Shubman Gill 2.0 in this IPL. You know, Kolkata Knight Riders would be wondering why they let go of such a talented player. And, you know, given that this is just investment for the future, you know, would be regretting this decision for sure. But this is how good he's been already. And he is the mainstay of Gujarat Titans batting unit. More runs expected from him today. But, you know, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he goes about in this season of the IPL. Okay, let's also take a look at some of the key battles to watch out for. And in the power plays, it'll have to be Shubman Gill versus Bhuvneshwar Kumar. And if you look at that, it is advantage Bhuvneshwar Kumar. He has done better.
Yes.
But we've also seen how good a form Shubman is in. So it'll be interesting to see who wins this battle.
Oh yes, and Shubman Gill is enjoying his cricket in this Gujarat Titans team, and we can clearly see that. Bhuvneshwar Kumar, although he hasn't fired all cylinders, but you know, if there's a bit of assistance from the pitch and the conditions, then he can be as deadly as anyone in this in world cricket. Maybe if he gets a bit of swing in the couple of overs, he might trouble Shubman Gill. But yes, Shubman Gill on form, Bhuvneshwar Kumar not so in form. a good battle to watch out for, because even a veteran like Bhuvneshwar Kumar will be hungry to prove his point that I'm not done yet.
Okay, now a lot of you asking who has won the toss, who's batting first. So yes, the toss has been won by Sunrisers Hyderabad, and they've opted to field first. So Gujarat Titans will be batting first. Shubman Gill will be batting first. In fact, in just a while from now, we'll see him bat. But yes, that is the news from the D.Y. Patil Stadium. Sunrisers Hyderabad, they have won the toss and they have opted to field first. A lot of people talking about Gujarat Titans. They're supporting Gujarat Titans. Who do you think who will be the match winner for Gujarat Titans? If you think there will be one from Gujarat Titans, then let us know. Or will it be Sunrisers Hyderabad? Which is the team that is going to win today? Will Sunrisers Hyderabad continue, the momentum that they've got from the last win, or will it be 4 games in a row for Gujarat Titans? As having won 4 games in a row, we'll have to see who wins this game tonight. But let's also take a look at the other battles to watch out for. And in that, Nicholas Pooran versus Rashid Khan. That is another battle that I'm looking forward to.
I'm looking forward to watch Rashid Khan bowl again. Such a champion bowler, and Nicholas Pooran, he has shown glimpses, his talent in glimpses, not as consistent as one would have expected. And there's that big prize money pressure as well for Pooran this season. But Rashid Khan so far absolutely sensational, as he is always. But that left-hand combination against leg spin, it might go in Pooran's way. And given that Gujarat Titans will bowl second, the dew factor, it might trouble Rashid Khan, but it generally doesn't trouble Rashid that much.
Okay, so that's in the middle overs, and in the death, it has to be Rahul Tewatia versus T. Natarajan. I mean, if you mention death overs, you have to talk about Rahul Tewatia and what he's been doing for Gujarat Titans, and that's why T. Natarajan, who's actually been bowling well in the death for Sunrisers Hyderabad versus Rahul Tewatia. How will that battle play out? For now, 9 balls played, 16 runs, strike rate of 177. Not much can be made out from those numbers, but then Rahul Tewatia is in absolutely sensational form and showing that I'm just not a one-season wonder and that I can do it again and again. I can hit sixes at will.
Absolutely, and Meha, another interesting battle will be Washington Sundar against 4 lefties in that GT batting unit: Matthew Wade, B-Sai Sudarshan, David Miller and Rahul Tewatia.
Yeah.
So Washington Sundar, Kane Williamson will have to use him very cleverly. If he can do that, then I think Washi will enjoy bowling against the lefties. It's a straight up matchup card. And maybe we might see Abhinav Manohar bat at 3 and B-Sai Sudarshan getting pushed down the order. But
that is also a possibility.
Yes, absolutely.
So with far more experience in domestic cricket for Abhinav Manohar. Okay, now let's take a look at the points table before we go any further. Where do these teams stack up at the moment? And right at the top of the points table is Rajasthan Royals, and why not? They have had a wonderful tournament so far. 4 matches have won 3, 6 points now. Look at that net run rate. Because of the way they won some of their matches, emphatic wins for Rajasthan Royals. Then there is Kolkata Knight Riders, Gujarat Titans having won 3 out of 3, Royal Challengers Bangalore, 4 games played, 3 they won and 1 lost. Then there is Lucknow Super Giants, 6 points. So that's why I'm saying that when you see these teams, you look at them and you realize that that's how close the fight will be. You can already see it, with 10 teams in the tournament. But Gujarat Titans, 3 out of 3. How many of us would have expected Gujarat Titans to start with this? Because when you look at them on paper, and you compare Gujarat Titans to some of the other teams, you do feel like, okay, maybe not all the matches, but they've ended up winning everything.
Yeah, and they played all the matches according to the situation. Be it Rahul Tewatia's heroics, be it Lockie Ferguson's bowling, Mohammad Shami, Rashid Khan. they have found champion, they have found winners in that 11 who are hungry to win, who are hungry to turn the matches around. And yes, absolutely, as you said, that there are some points of concern when it comes to their batting unit, but collectively they have found winners. They have found the ways to change the situation around. You saw what Rahul Tewatia did in the last 2 balls,
Yes.
and not many player can do that. It takes a lot of courage to just go out and hit those 2 sixes. As fans, we might enjoy watching that, but to do that on the field, it's a completely different pressure game, and that's why I think I'm loving the way Hardik Pandya is leading this side. He's bowling in the power plays, he's leading, he's bowling in the death.
He's promoted himself up the order.
Absolutely, and the way he promoted himself up in the order, he said that I want to be at number 3, I want to give confidence to the other players below me. So a very good sign of a good captain, and let's see whether they can make it 4 out of 4 or not.
Can they make it 4 out of 4? What do you think? A lot of you think that they can, because there's Sheikh Mohsin saying that GT will win today. In fact, a lot of people cheering GT on. And somewhere I feel like for Sunrisers Hyderabad fans, the last win against Chennai Super Kings was so important because of how there is this sort of cynicism around Sunrisers Hyderabad as a team, as a franchise, not just during the auction or now, but even before that, the players that they had retained. So it's nice to see them get some points. I think this would actually make a lot of Sunrisers Hyderabad fans happy that they've actually got points on the board, because the team does have problems of their own, and I don't know, they will need to constantly punch above their weight if they want to do well in this tournament.
Oh yes, a lovely franchisee. The fan base is excellent. I mean, the passion they have to support Hyderabad, and the way they have backed this team in the last decade, it's been absolutely phenomenal. They had an extra connection with David Warner, but unfortunately things went against Warner and some of the other players as well.
It will also be about Rashid Khan versus his former team.
Absolutely, Rashid Khan against former team. Rashid Khan wanted to be the number 1 retention, but Sunrisers wanted Kane Williamson. Then he got Gujarat Titans, who gave him the same amount as Hardik Pandya. So Rashid Khan will have a point to prove that you don't insult the kingpin of T20 bowling like that. I am your player, and I will turn this match around. A great matchup on card.
Also, how can one let Rashid Khan go? One of your biggest match winners with the ball. How can you say, okay, we're going to let you go, and then they let one of the greatest performers with the bat, David Warner, go? So, a lot of problems already for Sunrisers Hyderabad before they even got into this season's on the field activities. But look at Gujarat Titans. This team's sort of had everything going for them. Not just with the bat, with the ball, we've talked about it, but Hardik Pandya, the captain, so much was being made about, oh, how is he going to be able to captain? He doesn't have the personality. He just doesn't feel like a player who can command respect of the other players of the team. All of that has been proven wrong. Lockie Ferguson came on one of our shows and said he is an amazing leader, and that, they derive a lot of energy from Hardik Pandya, the captain. Just the kind of personality he has on the field, they feel, they sort of, that energy rubs off on them. So Hardik Pandya, not just as a player, but as a captain, has been brilliant. And then on top of that, Hardik Pandya, nobody really thought that Hardik Pandya would be able to bowl like that. Yeah. And then to see him in that kind of rhythm. And I think that is so crucial for their chances in this tournament. Hardik Pandya, not just the batsman, but Hardik Pandya, the bowler. So yes, responsibility taken well. And you see, in complete contrast to this, Ravindra Jadeja. Yeah. I know that, the team is different, so your resources are different for Chennai Super Kings, but Ravindra Jadeja just looks out of it. And to think that he has Mahendra Singh Dhoni to support him, but he just looks clueless at the moment when it comes to captaincy. And then you see him, you compare him to Hardik Pandya, who's really enjoying his stint. And then why not? If you're winning, your team's doing well, then things get easier. But it is so far winning outfit, and Gujarat Titans would want to continue to do so. So let's now, for all of you who are joining it, because there are still people who want to know the playing 11 as well as the news from the D.Y. Patil Stadium. So Sunrisers Hyderabad, they have won the toss and they have opted to field first. Dew is going to be a factor, as we've seen in D.Y. Patil before. Though the results so far, 6 games having played, 3 have been won by teams batting first and 3 by chasing. So, it's even in that sense, but Dew is something that plays a huge role. Both captains not wanting to take that chance, and Kane Williamson said so at the toss, and Hardik Pandya also said if he'd been given a choice, he would have chased as well. Okay, now the changes in the side, none whatsoever, because Gujarat Titans have already, created a winning outfit. This team has won all the games that they played so far, so why would they want to make any changes? And also, with Sunrisers Hyderabad, finally they got a win. They wouldn't want to change that. So it's the same playing 11, Shubman, and rightfully so. I think for both teams, if there are no injuries, if there are no forced changes, why change something that's working for you?
Absolutely, maybe there's some superstition as well. Why change the winning combination? I'm not touching this team sheet. So yes, but naturally a good call by both the captains and the team managements to go with the winning combination. Generally, we don't see teams tinker too much with the winning combination, and Sunrisers also did well in the last match against CSK GT, 3 out of 3 matches. So a good compact sides, and maybe there are plenty of Gujarat fans in our comment section. Maybe there's an upset on cards. Who knows?
You know what people are saying? GT 99% win. This is Sakil Islam who's saying.
Very dangerous.
Also, Sushil Kumar is saying 70 plus for Shubman Gill. I think that's a safe bet, given how well Shubman Gill's batting. He looks good. Yeah, he's he's among the runs. He's got the confidence. You can expect him to get another big score. But there are some milestones also that can be achieved today. One being that Hardik Pandya has one shot of 100 IPL sixes. And he's going to go for it straight away, I feel like. This is Hardik Pandya who's wanting to say, I am at my best right now. I'm the captain. My team's won 3 games. I'm bowling well. I'm even batting well. I promoted myself up the order. You can expect, if he gets going, to him breaking that record pretty soon. Also, Rashid Khan, another 2 wickets and 100 IPL wickets. And that just also goes on to show how good Rashid Khan has been in this IPL. He's been incredible.
How many overseas players, spinners have achieved 100 IPL wickets? I don't think anyone has done it so far. I'm not sure. Yes, but Rashid Khan, what a champion bowler! 100 wickets is just a milestone in what has been an exhilarating career to watch so far. Still 23-year-old, but a champion cricketer, not one of the best, but the best spinner in T20 cricket, absolutely hands down.
Also, I think a word on how good their bowling is, not just Rashid. Yes, Rashid Khan, those 4 overs are crucial, and you know that he's going to get you those 4 economical overs, which more often than not will also get you a couple of wickets. But the others around him in that bowling attack, Lockie Ferguson's just bowling like fire. He's unstoppable. Then there's Mohammad Shami as well. I mean, that's the best start I've seen. That's the best I've seen Mohammad Shami bowl in an IPL.
Absolutely, and you have seen that sort of transformation. You can sense that before 2020 he had an average of 50 plus with the ball, and since 2020 it's dipped to 20 with the ball. It's a great, remarkable improvement in his bowling. But Meha, I'm looking for another battle. Who will get the fastest delivery of the match? Will it be Lockie or Umran Malik? That is
a good one. I think this is the first time, I think, in this tournament that Lockie is playing a game where he potentially might not get the fastest delivery of the match.
Same for Umran as well. Same for Umran as well.
So this is a good one. But as we speak, 9-0 Gujarat Titans, Matthew Wade and Shubman Gill. And Matthew Wade started with a 4 against Bhuvneshwar Kumar. Again, like we said, a bit of pressure Matthew Wade would be under, because, I mean, Shubman Gill's batting well, but he needs support from the other end. And Matthew Wade, given the experience that he has, you would want him to get among runs. But Abhishek Sharma is saying that he thinks that there is no new role. Whenever Kane scores, we know he will help us to win. I just go with my instincts. So the previous night sessions, the practice sessions at Brian Lara helping us. He told me to think positively, asked me to better my ball selection, and I'm always positive. I'm just trying to read this only because I want to know what has gone into this decision of Kane Williamson opening with Abhishek Sharma, but clearly we don't get much out of it.
Absolutely, and you know, okay, so second ball also wide and a 4, so not the best of start for Bhuvneshwar Kumar there. And yes, Matthew Wade, as you said, will be under pressure to score runs. So far a good start for him. But talking about Abhishek Sharma, I think his biggest challenge will be to face the pace heat of that Mohammad Shami-Lockie Ferguson duo. And even, you know, Hardik Pandya, even if he comes in the power play, then he's swinging the ball. So far, whatever Hardik has bowled in the power play, he's bringing the ball in for the left-handers. So Abhishek will be a bit under pressure given the kind of pace these two brings in. Maybe him facing Umran Malik in the nets might help him there as well. But a very, very good batting card.
And as we discussed this, Bhuvneshwar Kumar has bowled another wide, and that's where my problem is with Bhuvneshwar Kumar, that after that first match where he actually did swing the ball both ways, so it was wonderful to watch, but Bhuvneshwar Kumar again has gotten into that zone where he's not getting the speed, he's not getting the swing, and he just doesn't look like Bhuvneshwar Kumar who can take wickets.
Will Kane make a big call and drop Bhuvi if he continues to perform like this?
Who in place of him then?
Kartik Tyagi is there, talented bowler, did well for Rajasthan Royals. Maybe.
Could come in because I feel like there will come a point where they'll need to decide this. But again, let's see how he bowls his 4 overs tonight. But that's it then. Gujarat Titans versus Sunrisers Hyderabad. Gujarat's 12 for no loss, and that's it from Shubman and me as well. News9 Sports is what you need to subscribe for all the videos from the world of sports. For now, goodbye.